What is a funny bone injury, and is it even funny at all? Let's talk about it in relationship to Bryce Harper as the Phillies enter the NLCS. This is Dr. David Chow. Yes, pro football doc, but at Sports Injury Central we cover lots of baseball. So last night, Bryce Harper, playing first base, who had recovered from his ulnar collateral ligament surgery in his right throwing arm, although he hits left-handed, was hit in the elbow and left the game. But it was the end of the inning. You can see the video here. By video here, he gets run into at first base. So much for the wide bases. But in any case, this injury, we said in real time, is not related to his ulnar collateral ligament injury based on the mechanism. If you look at the slow-mo replay here, this is not valgus force. This would not stress the ulnar collateral ligament. Indeed, Bryce Harper returned to play in the same game and should move forward without much difficulty. Post-game, he indicated he had a funny bone injury. First of all, what is a funny bone injury? And we'll tell you why we actually think it was misnamed by Bryce Harper. I'm not sure that he had a funny bone injury. A funny bone injury, there's nothing funny about it for anyone who has experienced it. It's shock and tingling down into the hand, specifically the fourth and fifth fingers. It's like a really bad stinging, numbing feeling, and it hurts so bad perhaps it's funny. But what's funny about it is recovery is very quick, immediate, and no big deal. When it happens, it's like it's the end of the world with the electrical sensation. But in the end, it recovers and there's no long-term issues whatsoever. What happens is the ulnar nerve, as it comes along the inside of the elbow, and by the way, very close to the ulnar collateral Tommy John ligament. In fact, when you do typical Tommy John reconstruction surgery, you move the nerve to move it out of the way. That's one thing, if you really go back into the annals of time, when Tommy John had his first surgery, his surgeons learned that they didn't move the nerve, and he actually ended up with what we call a claw hand due to ulnar nerve palsy for a long period of time before he returned to pitch, and this new surgery became commonplace in the orthopedic and Major League Baseball pitching world. In any case, the funny bone injury is actually not even a bone. It is the nerve, the ulnar nerve on the inside of the elbow here, very close to the ulnar collateral ligament. Funny because you recover so quickly, but it's not the bone. The way Bryce Harper was hit. I get why you perhaps called it a funny bone. He's a baseball player, not a doctor. I don't know how to hit a curveball. The bottom line is this: no long-term issues. No issues for the league championship series, no issues for the World Series. He hits left-handed, throws right. This is not related to his surgery. It's a funny injury, but not sure it's a funny bone. But at least now you know, and you can tell your friends that the funny bone injury doesn't even involve the bone. It's really more of a nerve issue. Smooth sailing ahead for Bryce Harper with this injury on his right throwing elbow. Always more information at Sports Injury Central, sicscore.com.